AJ, we list you as a wide receiver, but you've done a lot of different things. You've played in the backfield. What has Michigan said they're going to do with you?
Oh, yeah, Coach Gaddis' scheme, he told me that he wants me to come in and, play a little bit a wide receiver in the slot and some outside and maybe some in the backfield as well.
And as I understand, early on, you thought maybe you didn't quite fit Michigan's offense, and then Coach Gaddis got there, and he was able to show you that you did. Can you talk about when you sat down with him and had that conversation with him?
Yeah, when he got there, he sort of changed the whole dynamic of the offense and what they were trying to do and get, the speed and space. They talk about that a lot. And when we sat down and looked at it, and we looked at the film of my film and then looked at the film of what he was trying to accomplish, it just matched perfectly.
You told the story earlier about having left campus and turned around. What people might not know is that it wasn't you or your parents driving. They had arranged for a driver. So when you told the driver that you wanted to go back, what was his reaction?
His reaction was just sort of like, really? And then I was like, yeah, can we just turn around? And then he did it.
Do you know if he billed Coach Harbaugh for the extra miles?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure it was worth it, though, to get you.
Yeah,
now,
no doubt.
You also ran track in addition to high school, or playing football in high school. Can you talk about how that maybe has helped you, obviously, with the speed and space?
Oh, yeah, track has helped me a lot throughout the years. I just think that running track in the spring has helped me transition right into the season and just keep my body in shape and keep my endurance up and just help me build my speed. Now,
you've played in some big games in the state of Illinois. But next year, you're going to play in front of 100,000 people. What do you think that's going to be like?
Oh, it's going to be amazing. When I went to the Notre Dame game this year, sort of got a feel of what it's like at the big house with the fans there. It's just incredible, and I can't wait to be in that atmosphere.
I also understand your mother has never missed one of your football games, from flag football until now. The first game next year is at Washington, and she's planning to make that. So what's it like to have that kind of support?
Yeah, every time I look up into the stands before the game, I'll find her, and that's I'll find where my family's sitting and where she is. So just to have her coming to every game, she said that was an important aspect of the recruiting process, was that she wanted me to be sort of close, that she could make the game. So for her to be there, that was important to me.
A lot of us know Coach Harbaugh in the media. We see what he's like in the interviews. When you got to be with him behind closed doors, what was he like?
Oh, yeah. I think that's a big reason that me and my family gravitated towards their program and him. He was just a down-to-earth guy. I remember our first conversation we had with each other. We talked about nothing about football. It was just about getting to know me and my family and just what I was all about. And, he talked about himself, too.
You took a bunch of visits back-to-back before you picked Michigan. Was it a difficult decision?
Yeah, it was very difficult. I think I took 4 of my 5 official visits, and they were all back-to-back. And all the schools that I took visits to, they were top choices of mine. So just to come down to Michigan, and I just felt the home feeling there. So that was the place I picked.
Last thing, your teammate, Sean McLaughlin, he's going to be on the other side of the ball trying to tackle you at Northwestern. Have you guys talked about that?
Yeah, a little bit. He joked about it in practice this year, and then, just to have that opportunity to play against another guy that I've grown up playing with my whole life is going to be special.
All right, appreciate it, AJ. Mike, back to you.
Very good. Great talking to you, AJ. Here's a look at Michigan. Once again, they go national for their guys. A lot in the East, a few out West, a couple in the state of Michigan. You saw AJ Henning's the guy they have there from Illinois, talented wide receiver. But there is a running back worth note, Jerry, and he comes from the Baltimore, Maryland area.
Blake Quorum. Now, Josh Gaddis has changed the offense, so we're looking for a spread type of back that's a little bit different from Michigan. And Blake is that kind of guy. He's not real big. You can see he's 5'8", 193, but in Gaddis' offense, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. He's got great pad level. Watch his burst here. He outruns everybody. He was a highly recruited guy. And again, it's about fit with Josh Gaddis' offense. It's going to take him a couple years to get the depth he wants with the type of players, but Blake is certainly a great start at running back.
Green Warren is going to give them a corner that has length, is very long, can make plays, as you see there, undercutting the route. You see him playing off coverage, really comes up, attacks it, diagnoses the play, stops it for a no gain, really comes out of his break well. That's one of the things you like. Again, wrapping up at the tackle plate, an outstanding program. And then you see him running on the corner route, undercuts the ball and takes it away. In this defense that they play, he's going to have opportunities, but you see the patience on the fade route here and is able to be in position to make the play.
Speaking of corners, Selden's been one of the best players in the state of Michigan for the last several years. And Michigan asked their corners to play a lot of man, and he can do it. Very instinctive, smart, great ball skills. Not the biggest guy at 5'8", but at the Under Armour All-America game, they put him against 6'8" Darnell Washington, and he broke up fades against that guy. He's already on campus. I think he's going to help Michigan against some of the faster slot receivers that they see in the league. You see the receivers Ohio State's bringing in. Selden's going to be a great slot corner, maybe right away for Michigan. Sticking in state, Michigan also got defensive end Braden McGregor, 6'6", 260 pounds, multi-sport background, great hockey player, lacrosse player. Clemson actually offered him and recruited him as a tight end. That's how good of an athlete he is. Injured his knee towards the end of his senior year, but is way ahead of schedule. He's on campus as well and may even be cleared by the end of spring practice, but I think his upside's huge. Get some Aiden Hutchinson comparisons. I think he's got some similar frame and ability to Aiden.
Looks like Michigan is going to close with a top 15 class nationally, which will be the 4th time in the last 5 years they've been able to do that.